Good evening. Thanks for joining us tonight. Minnesota House Democrats made good on their threat today to boycott the first day of the legislative session to try to prevent the Republicans from being able to open the House with a majority and elect a speaker.
The Secretary of State, who is a Democrat, declared there were not enough lawmakers in the chamber to begin the session with a quorum. Then things took a turn. House Republicans ousted the Secretary of State, took over the chamber, and began conducting business in a move the DFL called illegal. Now, this power struggle comes as Republicans have a likely temporary one-seat advantage for the next few weeks until a special election is held to fill a vacant seat in Roseville.
The two parties are locked in a battle over who should lead until then. Danny Spiewak has been following this back and forth, this unprecedented really amount of chaos at the Capitol, and joins us with more. It had to be kind of almost a bizarre scene today at the Capitol, Danny.
It was truly a remarkable scene here on the House floor at the state capitol this afternoon. The Republicans went ahead and elected a Speaker of the House of Representatives, which the DFL doesn't recognize and called illegal. Ultimately, this whole thing is likely headed to the state Supreme Court.
After entering the room to applause, Secretary of State Steve Simon called the House to order in a chamber split with Republicans on one side and empty DFL desks on the other.
Will now take the roll to determine a quorum.
Simon determined the 67 Republicans present were one short of a majority needed to open business.
There is no quorum as required by the Constitution of the state of Minnesota.
Mr.
The
Secretary,
House may not conduct any further business, and the House of Representatives
Mr.
is
Secretary,
adjourned.
I move to appeal the ruling of no quorum under Mason's 504 paragraph 5 and request a roll call.
Republicans then removed Simon.
The Secretary of State is not a member of the legislative branch and has no constitutional authority over the House of Representatives.
And elected Representative Lisa Damuth as their Speaker of the House.
The Minnesota people are counting on us today.
Republicans say that with one vacant seat in Roseville, their 67 members equals a quorum, even with all Democrats boycotting.
Right now, we know that they will have to answer to the people of Minnesota for skipping work today.
House GOP leaders say they'll keep opening the chamber for business this week, although a court could intervene.
This is surely going to go to the state Supreme Court. Will you follow a ruling from the Supreme Court?
Of course we would follow a ruling from a court.
The House DFL expects legal challenges to be filed immediately.
A completely sham proceeding. Republicans did not have a quorum.
DFL House Leader Melissa Hortman says her party is denying quorum in part because Republicans have said they may use House powers to consider not seating DFL Representative Brad Tapke of Shakopee, whose election was upheld by a judge Tuesday.
Republicans are trying to steal the election from the voters of Shakopee.
One absent voice in all of this has been Governor Walz, who has not appeared publicly in a week and a half. We did, however, find Lieutenant Governor Peggy Flanagan at the Capitol.
Have you been involved at all with the discussions with House DFL about their walkout potentially?
That has been
All of their go get ready to preside over the Senate.
And in just the last few minutes, Secretary of State Simon's office released a statement. He says that what the Republicans did today did not have any legal authority, and he says that soon a petition will be filed to the state Supreme Court. Meanwhile, we know the DFL and GOP have been negotiating over the last 24 hours to try to resolve this dispute. The DFL says they put a deal on the table that would give the Republicans temporary speakership basically until that special election, then go to a power sharing as long as the DFL wins that election and goes back to a tie. But really just up in the air at this point. The two sides are very, very far apart. Back to you.
Oh my goodness, so we do this all again tomorrow potentially. Danny, thank you.